Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Alan Goss, and I'm the product manager for Aichi, working with Toyota Material Handling. And just to give everybody a little bit of a background, for those of you that don't know, Aichi was started in 1962 in Japan, and has been manufacturing aerial platforms mostly for the domestic market. Has about an 80% market share in Japan. And just this year we announced that distribution is going in the United States through Toyota Material Handling. So you're all probably familiar with Toyota Material Handling, the fork truck people. They will be going to do the distribution for Aichi in the United States. So that's really the basic of our colors. Previously Aichi was all blue, and now we have the Toyota colors. We're introducing what we call our global machines. And this is the new start for Aichi, bringing machines into the United States. Previously bringing machines only into Asia and Europe. All our global machines will be manufactured on the principle of being able to be sold throughout the world. And so we're introducing our 1930 will be introduced, actually available for order in January. Earlier this year we introduced our SV2032 and 2632s at ARA, the rental show and Con Expo. And next year in January, available for order is the SV1930, the SV1530, and we're also going to have a 2646 and a 3246. So we'll have 6 electric scissor lifts available next year. And the SV1930, the S stands for self-propelled, V for vertical. The 19 is platform height, and the 30 is the 30 inches wide, so that everybody's familiar with that. And then the C, just so everybody knows, is our third generation. We had the SV1930, and then after a few years we made some changes and had the B. Now our global machine is the C, so third generation. So we're going to talk about some of the features and benefits. This is a prototype machine. This is the only machine that's built, and we sent it to the United States just basically for this show so that we can have it to show. And so it does have a few options on it, and we'll go through all the standard features and options towards the end. Starting on the back side, first thing you'll see is the ladder. It's flush mounted and bolt on, so it's easily changeable if it gets damaged. Our lower control station is recessed, which is important for protection. So on the job sites, driving around, we know that primarily they're on construction sites. So the controls are recessed to protect them from getting damaged. Basic controls, the emergency power off, and our key switch, ground platform select switch, and the key is removable so that the operator, when he turns it to the platform position, can take the key off and put it in his pocket and go up to the platform. We've got our battery indicator, which shows the state of charge of the battery, and it also has the hour meter incorporated into it, a digital hour meter. And indicator lights. This first indicator light is a CPU light, system light, and that's what really shows the operator our self-diagnostics. We have self-diagnostics on here that will send flash codes to the operator. So it will be able to help him on determining early the cause of any malfunction. Above that indicator light is our battery charger indicator, and the way that operates is when you plug the battery charger cord in, the light will flash green, indicating that it's charging, it's operating. And then once the batteries are fully charged, the light will stay on solid green. You have 2 toggle switches here. One is your enable switch. Obviously everybody needs to have two-handed operation, so this switch would be pushed up to enable, and then the second switch is your function switch. You would push it up for up and down for down. And then the last indicator light is our tilt indicator. This machine has 2 degrees side to side, front to back, so that light will come on. And the safety interlock on that system, the way it works is if you're elevated and you drive on an incline, it'll stop you from driving and it'll stop you from lifting. All you can do is lower. All right? We've got forklift pockets on the back here. This would be your primary position to forklift the machine. We know on job sites and even during transportation, you're going to want to pick the machine up. We can also fork from the side, so without doing any damage to the pothole bars. What I'll do is activate this and raise our scissors up. Our prop rod is located here. And basically drop it down, self-centering, and then drop it down. And that gives you the safety of being able to work inside the scissor section and totally takes any pressure off of the lift cylinder. So now you can easily remove the lift cylinder, work safely inside the scissors arms. When you're done, obviously, you pick it up and then put it back in place. So now, Mark Freeman, if you'd like to help me maneuver the machine. This machine has got the optional half gate. This is basically a European machine that was brought into the United States. Standard in the United States is a slide bar. So it would be, standard slide bar. And you can see that this machine also has the optional fold-down handrails. So we do offer that as an option even on the 1930. So our fold-down handrails have 4 pins, 2 in the back and 2 in the front. We pull the pins out and fold the handrails down. As you can see, I'm sure everybody noticed that we've got the biggest tires out of all the machines. And everybody talked commonality of parts. That's the reason why we have the bigger tires. All the major components on this machine, tires included, drive motors, hydraulic system, Sevcon, upper control box, are all completely interchangeable with all 6 scissor lifts. So again, we're all talking commonality of parts. We want to try and help our customers reduce their inventory, reduce their cost of maintenance, and that's why we've got the big tires on there. On this side is our battery tray, and this is where we do the battery maintenance. And we've got a very nice, easy slide-out battery tray. It's got 2 latches, one on the left, one on the right. You can see you scoop inside here, on the left and the right. And let me just show you that if you missed it. Push it in, slide it out. Very easy. It's on real heavy duty. Everybody else did it, so I can do it too. Stand on top of very heavy duty steel and nylon rollers on the sides. So you can see it's easy to handle, easy for the operators to get to. And we know that the operators have to do that at least once a day, so that we want to keep that nice and easy for them. And you can get to all 6 of the Trojan batteries. We've used 4 6-volt Trojan batteries. You can easily get to the batteries. You know, we use the T105 Plus, so it's got the battery cap that doesn't come off. It stays on there. And when you look inside, you can easily tell exactly how much water to put in there because it's got a little well. And the only other thing really in this compartment is the battery disconnect. So that relay actually physically disconnects the batteries. You pull it up and reconnects the batteries. And then we've got our battery charger. It's a fully automatic battery charger. It's again, a global or world battery charger. It'll operate from 90 volts to 240 volts. All you have to do is actually change the pigtail. Take the extension cord off and put a different extension cord inside there. It needs 1 volt to turn on, so it's very reliable. And again, very simple operation. Slides in very easily. Our pothole bar system, Mark, if you want to take it up a little bit. Hold on. Yeah, because I turned the stop button off. Our pothole bar system is totally mechanical. So that's good. As he goes up, there's 2 linkages that come out spring applied and just come down. And there are 2 mechanical limit switches as an interlock for the pothole bar system. So if there was some type of a debris underneath the pothole bar system, stopping it from coming down, then the machine would not go up completely and the flashing light would come on. Maybe you can take it down, Mark. And then as the machine comes down, there's a plunger inside there that just pushes down on the 2 levers that pushes the pothole bars up. So totally mechanical, no hydraulics or electronics involved in the operation of the bars. Okay, moving along to the front of the machine. You can see on the side, one thing that we have that we haven't seen yet today is the little covers on our pins and bushings. And the reason we do that, it's just a small thing, but we all know that these are we don't need to lubricate these bushings. They're Teflon type bushings. And the reason we put those on there is because after a period of time, these things are on construction sites, and there's dust and debris and sand and all kinds of pollution out there. And after a period of time, a scissor lift will get some of that debris inside there, and it'll become noisy. And nobody wants or likes to operate a noisy lift. And it'll cause the owner to take that machine off of a job site, back from rent, and do some type of maintenance, whether it be take them apart and clean them or whatever it is. So for a small amount of cost, we put those caps on all our pin bushings. We use a link system, a box type link system with oversized pins. These are actually 1.5-inch pins, so very large diameter pins. And Mark, if you want to take it up just a hair, we'll show the emergency down. Okay, we've got our emergency down here, auxiliary down, in case you were to lose power in the platform. Again, just connected a cable to the bottom of the lift cylinder. And if you want to turn to the left. There you go. Just hold it right there. Our major feature on our machines is an Aichi Toyota exclusive, which is our AC drive. So these are brushless AC motors. And we take the 24 volts, again you saw this 4 6-volt Trojan batteries. We take the 24 volts and we convert it through Sevcon into the 2 AC drive motors. And what that gives us is a much greater battery efficiency, work cycle, than we've ever seen on any other type of machine that's out there. And the other thing that it does is the AC motors are brushless. So, you know, we've seen hydraulic drive and we've seen DC drive, and DC was the next step up, but DC drive still has maintenance to it, where there's brushes that have to be changed and maintained. These are basically 10-year no maintenance motors. There's nothing inside there that needs to be maintained. So they'll just run and run and run, and they're very low amp draw. So they're very high efficiency. The other thing that you'll see on this, as Mark was driving it, if you want to show the return to center, Mark, we'll show the control box a little bit later, but this has an option on it which is called proportional steering. And this is something also exclusive for Aichi. In our steering, because we have proportional drive and proportional lift, we're able to have proportional steer. So we've got a steering sensor in the middle of the machine, and we give proportional steering, which makes it a lot smoother than what's the typical bang on-off steering. And then coupled with that, we have an automatic return to center, so that when I get to the control box, you'll see it, you'll turn to steering, and as you're driving, if you release the steering, it'll go back to center, and the steering wheel will go back to center. So this is something new and exclusive that we've introduced that we think is going to be very popular with the users of the scissor lift. So Mark, if you want to turn it around to the other side. Again, this machine has a flashing beacon and a steel cage on it. This is optional. It doesn't come, it's not standard on all our machines. The other side you saw was very easy to get to. Just pull the 2 latches, pull it out, and maintain the batteries. That's for the operator. This side here is where all our components are. And we don't want it so easily accessible to the operator, so we actually put 2 bolts on there. And if the operator wanted to see the hydraulic level, you can see the hydraulic level right there. There's our hydraulic tank with the sight glass. So he doesn't have to get inside here to look at anything or do anything. This is basically for the technicians. And again, this is all our components, our major components. We've got a DC electric motor hydraulic unit all in one. So we've got a steel reservoir right here that holds the hydraulic oil. And then the DC motor and pump is submerged and coupled together as one unit. Also, on this side here is our Sevcon motor controller. And that motor controller takes the DC, the 24 volts DC, and sends the AC to the drive motors, all controlled through the joystick. It also takes the 24 volts DC and sends a signal to our DC unit to regulate the speed for lift and steering. So that's how we get our proportional drive through the AC, and we have proportional lift through the DC. So it accomplishes both functions. And then inside here is what we call our interface board. What that does is it takes the signals from the upper controls and the signals from the lower controls, brings them all together, and sends them back to one spot for either the DC or the AC. So we keep everything on one side, keep it nice and secured, and keep it nice and neat, and away from, hopefully away from the operator's easy access. Okay, our extension deck is actually a 39-inch extension deck. So we've seen 34 and 36, and now we've got 39-inch extension deck, and we've got 4 large nylon rollers. You can see that, yes, it is a new machine, but it slides in and out very easily because it is on 4 large nylon rollers, 2 mounted on the extension deck, and then 2 mounted on the main platform. And again, gives a lot of easy versatility for the operator. Now this is a prototype. Right now this machine will only lock in at the very extended point and all the way retracted. Normally in production it will have one more spot, so it'll give it a center point. We also have the lanyard attachment points on the platform, welded on the platform from the manufacturer, although we do not require wearing safety belts or harnesses on scissor lifts. We all know that sometimes on job sites or certain people will require it. We put it on there for them. Okay, Mark, you can pull that thing in. You can just turn it 180 for me, Mark. Another feature, because of the AC drive, if it wasn't for the motion alarm, our noise of operation is very low, extremely low. So when you're operating the lift, driving the lift, even going up and down, the noise level is very low. So what I want to show you now is our upper controls. We'll start up here. First of all, our upper control box is pinned in position, the normal operating position. So you can easily remove it by taking off the pin and taking the box out. And again, this is a prototype, so this one was didn't make it out the factory with the removable connector. I'll show you the standard production box has a military spec Amphenol connector, water resistant, very high quality connector. So normally in production, that's what you'll see is a removable control box. And again, we all know that's so that they can take it off and put it in a job box, or put it inside their pickup truck, take it home with them, and put it under their pillow. So this is what we have as standard on this machine that was produced for Europe. And again, you can see we've got an 8-foot extension cord. And one of the main reasons for that is, you know, especially with the fold-down handrails, you want to be able to drive the machine safely, stay away from it, and not get run over by it, safely operate the machine with the fold-down handrails. And also when you're working up inside the lift, you can hang this and you can move towards the back or the front of the machine. So you've got plenty of freedom to walk around the machine. Next feature, big feature, exclusive from Aichi, is our upper controls. As you can see, I've been kind of hanging onto this thing, walking it around, and it's built for the operator to hang on to. We don't want the operator's hands being on top of the rails, outside the rails, with the possibility of getting pinched or crushed. So that's why we put this heavy-duty steel guard. It's consistent with all our scissor lifts and our boom lifts. And as you can see, it is heavy-duty. Normally, again, you'll see it's pinned up in position, so the operator would hang on to this. And the controls would be the enable switch, which is right here, and our joystick for up and down or forward and reverse. And our platform, our drive lift select switch. We've got a power light, the tilt light, and the tilt light up here also works as the diagnostics, the self-diagnostics, so they'd be able to get the signal up here also. The operator's horn, the power off. And then this is our proportional steering. So if you can see, if we can watch both of them at the same time, I'm going to steer it to the right, and as I steer, it proportionally steers to the right, just like a car, kind of like a car steering wheel. And then when I let go, it'll go back to center. So again, this is something optional. It's different than what we're all accustomed to. Again, I'll demonstrate that for you. You turn it to the right, slowly, and it will give you, as you're driving, it gives you a much smoother control over the steering. And then when you let go, the operator always knows that his wheels will go back to center, and does the same thing going the other way. Turn it a little bit, and it goes a little bit, turn it all the way, and it goes all the way. So if I turn slow, it goes slowly, so let go, it goes all the way back, and goes back to center. Now again, this is optional. This would be the standard control box. Again, it's the same thing. They are interchangeable, same connector. The only difference really is this has got the bang-bang toggle switch type system. So as I think everybody else has the rocker switch on top, which is considered a bang-bang type hydraulic system, this would be typical for the same thing. So normally what the operator would be doing is standing up in the controls, and he would have his enable switch, and he would be driving forward and reverse and steer left and right. Now, the other major function, the other major purpose of this heavy-duty guard is one of the major causes of accidents in aerial platforms is inadvertent motion. So if you look at our guard and you look at the tops of the controls, the guard covers the tops of the controls so that nobody's elbow or a 2x4 or anything can inadvertently hit the controllers. Now that's a big safety factor because we know that when these things get out in the field, people will override, put tape on, do whatever they can to make the overrides on all the time. So what we know is that with the cover over the top of the controls, we're protecting the operators and the owners more, that extra step. The other thing is with the typical pistol grip design, first of all, it's very seldom covered, protected 100%. And the pistol grip design has actually 3 functions in it. You've got your hat switch, you've got your enable button, and then you've got your function, drive forward, reverse, or up or down. And normally what the operator will do is, he doesn't have anything heavy to hang on to, so what he's going to do is he's going to take that pistol grip, and first of all he's probably going to put his hands on the handrails with his fingers on the outside, and he's going to have that pistol grip in his hand, and we all know that that operator will be moving around, jarring around, and there's a good opportunity for that pistol grip to break off or wind up in his hand. The other thing about the pistol grip operation is you've got, again, a hat switch, a rubber boot, an enable switch, and you've got the plastic handle itself. We did a survey, Aichi did a survey on the cost of maintenance of the pistol grip control, and it's a minimum of $100 a year for each pistol grip control because when they come back from a rental, they'll be missing the boot, or somebody will put a sheet metal screw through one of the switches, or for various reasons, they're high maintenance. So we believe that the safety and reliability of our upper control box is the #1 feature of our upper controls. So the options that we offer on this machine are very basic. Again, we've got the flashing beacon, we've got a work light, we've got the inverter. We have a lifting package that our tie-downs and lifting lugs are here. In Japan, it's very common to deliver machines with a crane truck. So we have a lifting package where you can have, we've got chains and hooks that will properly lift this thing. And we've got the inverter. The other safeties that are on here, I mentioned that we've got a 2-degree angle sensor. Our angle sensor is tied into our AC drive, so we have it automatically calculates the drive speed and angle and torque when you're going uphill or on a flat surface. So it combines the sensors and calculates that for the AC drive. Smoothness of operation, again, is probably the #2 feature because of the AC drive. We're infinitely variable and very high torque on the drive. Any questions? Guy, I'm sure you got one.
Finished?
I'm finished.
No, you're finished. Did you talk about if you're finished?
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's wet spray paint, water-based paint.
On the optional return to center control, did you go with the bang-bang control? Will you return to center?
No.
No.
Deck surface is steel, and we've got diamond punches in there for non-skid. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
return to center, is that functional while the vehicle is moving?
Pardon?
The return to center, is that functional while the vehicle is moving?
Yes.
See that on?
Go ahead, you can demonstrate it, Mark. So if you were to continue to drive and let go, as soon as you let go of the steering wheel, it'll go back to center. So basically the wheels are positioned with the knob that's on the center part of the steering wheel.
Battery cut out?
Pardon?
Or battery?
Yeah, I showed that on the battery side, the battery relay where you push it down, the red relay button.
No, I'm sorry, if the battery level drops.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, no, there
Battery
isn't.
cut out.
No,
Nothing to warn the operator?
no.
Any consideration to AC hydraulic drive for function?
Yes, cost preventative right now, but we will be looking at, right now it's obviously AC drive, DC lift, and we're looking to try and get that in if we can make it cost effective.
There's just a single pump for steer and lift?
Yes.
Alan?
Yes.
What's the phase and voltage in the AC drive?
It's single phase, it's about 15 volts.
Single phase?
Yes.
And when you say proportional steering on your return, what you're really referring to, for example, in Genie lexicon, our steering is proportional because the faster you go, the faster it steers, given your top hat input.
Okay.
I think what you're saying is
It's
you're
actually
going a quarter
proportional.
turn and it's going to go a quarter turn.
Well, no, it is, if you turn that thing slowly, it runs off of the subcon. So it runs through the subcon. So if you turn that dial slowly, the steering wheels will go slowly. If you turn it right away, it'll go quickly.
Okay, so different kind of proportional question then. If I just turn the knob a quarter turn, do the wheels ultimately come all the way? To
No, they'll go a
90
quarter of a turn.
They'll go a quarter of a turn, so it's proportional two different ways.
Right.
Both how fast you turned it
And
where
accordingly,
you turned
right,
it
to the position of the knob, correct.
Thank you.
Yep.
Alan, on the standard steering without the option on there, you got a joystick on the other side where that knob is instead. Is it just oriented right and left access for steering, or
The steering is just
got
a-
forward this way is the steering.
Right, forward and reverse this way, and steering is a toggle switch that goes left and right.
Toggle.
Yeah. Yeah, you can take a look at it. It's a little bit of a higher hat toggle, but it's just a standard toggle switch. So as you're standing in the machine, right steer, left steer. Anybody else? All right, thank you guys.
That machine probably has, to be honest with you.